Hey, everybody. There's an economic calamity happening, and in fact, 43 million Americans at risk of eviction as relief programs and moratoriums expire. It's a nightmare. That's from July 31st, CBS News this morning. Here's another one. Eviction moratorium on federally backed housing expired last week. It covered more than 12 million households, or 30% of U.S. renters. That's all over with. You can kick all those people out now. New Orleans officials brace for evictions and an uptick in homelessness with federal aid ending. We're just going to kick people out in the streets in America. That's their plan. That's Nancy Pelosi's plan. That's Donald Trump's plan. That's Joe Biden's plan. Families across Louisiana are bracing themselves. The final protection for tenants will end August 24th. And the additional federal employment is set to end July 31st. Louisiana is one of the 3 states in the entire country where in the next few months it is estimated a third of our residents will not be able to make mortgage or house payments. A third of their residents in Louisiana. Do you know what this is called, ladies and gentlemen? This is called a failed state, where a state government, a country's government, can't even provide the basic amount of services to its people. It can't provide health care. It can't provide them housing. It can't provide them education. What the fuck is a government for? Oh, so we can go bomb other countries and steal shit? That's right. Happening now, protesters have chained themselves to doors and blocked every entrance of New Orleans City Court, demanding evictions be stopped during the COVID-19 pandemic. We're still in a pandemic, and they're evicting people after they closed down everyone's businesses. They didn't do this in other countries. This isn't happening in other countries. This is happening in the United States. Not happening in other countries. Happening here. Why? Because people keep telling you to vote for Democrats. Because people are a bunch of fucking gutless pricks who won't do what's right. Because we don't have a government in our country that represents people, and people keep telling you to keep voting for them. And then they pretend that they're progressives. They're not. They're go-along party hacks. Anybody telling you to vote Democrat is a goddamn go-along party hack. Because that ain't working. Do you see what's happening? People are having to chain themselves to courtroom doors because they know what's coming, and they know that Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden ain't going to help them one goddamn bit. There they are. Direct action. So I retweeted that video, and I said direct action like this is the only thing that will save this country from its evil oligarchs who won't give you health care during a pandemic, but will close your business and kick you into the street when you can't pay mortgage. Voting blue will not help this. The Debt Collective tweeted this. Landlord is being blocked from entering an eviction court to violently evict his tenants who can't pay their rent during a Great Depression and will be homeless during a global pandemic. So there we are. That's what's coming. And they can't wait to take your house. The banks, the mortgage servicers, they cannot wait to take your house and kick you out in the street. They cannot wait. So there you go. That's what your government's doing. This is what's known as a failed state. That's what we're living in. You have the authorities running around shooting people, killing people, using chemical weapons, assaulting them in broad daylight on camera, coast to coast, as people protest what's going on. This is a failed state. And Bernie Sanders won't even fucking scream for you right now. What Bernie Sanders is doing is telling you to shut up and vote for Joe Biden. That's what he's doing. You'll be irresponsible if you didn't vote for a guy who promises not to help you. What every person who's in power should be doing is cares about anyone should be making demands of the government and saying you shouldn't vote for anybody who's not going to give you Medicare for all. You shouldn't vote for anybody who's not going to give you a UBI in the middle of shutting down your business. They gave $5 trillion to the richest 1,000 people in the country, and you know what they gave you? Nothing. They're going to kick you out of your house. That's right. And who's doing it? Nancy Pelosi. Who's doing it? Joe Biden. Who's doing it? Donald Trump. Who's doing it? Mitch McConnell. It's bipartisan screwing.
If you want to pull the party, the major party that is closest to the way you're thinking, to what you're thinking, you must show them that you're capable of not voting for them. If you don't show them you're capable of not voting for them, they don't have to listen to you. I promise you that. I worked within the Democratic Party. I didn't listen or have to listen to anything on the left while I was working in the Democratic Party because the left had nowhere to go.
I wonder how many blue check Hollywood dicks I'm going to see on Twitter say, hey, told a homeless person vote blue today. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?